Hi everyone, Vicki here. Thought I would come on and just show you what I had been doing. So let me show you this. This is a blouse that I bought back in the day. It was in the 70s, and I bought this on my honeymoon because I love the quilt. And this quilted fabric looks like it was hand done. Might have been machine done, but it is a wedding pattern. Double, I think it's, let me see. It's called, okay, I'll tell you later. Wedding ring stitch. Okay, so I just always loved quilting and this type of thing. So I bought this. So this is kind of my inspiration and for some cards I made. So let me put this away and then show you this. And this is a vintage quilt that I bought maybe, oh, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. It's pretty tattered and worn. This is the better piece part of it. It's a small quilt, maybe just a twin size. But anyway, I bought this at a kind of a not a yard sale, but a kind of a vintage market type of thing, small one. And so I brought this out to show you this because, to show you this is something that I like, and this is where I get my inspiration now from my past. So anyway, let me set this down and show you what I did from there, because it's been a journey. So anyway, I did buy this embossing folder from, I think this is called the double wedding ring, pattern actually, but this one says wedding ring stitch, and it is embossing folder, and this is what it looked like. I thought I could use this somehow to kind of, I don't know, just go from there. So, but this is what it looks like when it's embossed. Kind of, let me turn this other light on. I don't know if that helps. That washes it out. Okay, so let me just do this. Let me see if it's better without. I don't know. I'll do without. So that's what it looks like when it's embossed, and doesn't really do anything for me. I don't know what it'll look like if I used a pattern paper, but I can't do these tiny, you can see my thumb here, and it's real tiny, these little pieces, because you can look at the pattern, and these are all done in like, if you could look at this and then look at that, it's a part of a circle that this is here, where you see like an eye. So I thought about that and thought I would use a punch, because there's no dies for this thing. It's so tiny. So what I did was I went towards doing circles, a circle punch, So I did circle punches, and I came up with this. Although it doesn't have the same effect that I wanted, because these pieces, I just did in 2 colors, whereas these pieces would have several pieces to make this. So I have to cut tiny pieces, of which I might do a bit later, or just do like one circle. So I did that, and even at that, this was pretty intricate and hard to do. I mean, it's just circles and overlapping, but I had to figure out how to get it to stay, because they're tiny circles. And I did put it on top of this embossed piece of paper to make it look like the background of the quilt, because they do a pattern on this. Okay, so from there I actually did this on some contact paper, but it's kind of shiny. I didn't really like that. I did try it out with this deli paper, and I cut the pieces out, which it does a little bit better. And then see how I cut little pieces here of the paper so that it made it look a little more quilted. So that's further on, I guess, than even this one. I did this one, which is pretty much the same as the first one I did. Right. And then I had all these circles, so I started making these flowers. So that was a product of just doing the circles, and I did like flower like this. And then the circles actually have, you know, when you punch it out, I have a bunch of these now. So I started, I did this, which is nice. I could still make these, and this is real fast, but I did do kind of a random stitching over it on the machine. If you can see those, that's kind of fun because the paper had some interest. And then, well, this is, did I show you that one? Yeah, okay. I don't remember whether I showed this one, but there's that one. So the end result of, because I was, you know, in the middle of being interrupted for making masks, and I had to think of that. Well, I decided to finish this up and just do one last attempt before I went into the masks things. So I did come up with this, and I put this in this envelope. And these are not my colors, but I don't know why I did this one, because I guess that's what the paper I had cut out. So I put it in this paper that's transparent, and so this is the card that I ended up making that goes in there, because it turned out so big. I thought this was pretty good for the quilt, right, to look like a quilt, that wedding ring quilt. So the next step I will take this, if I do, well, my plans is to piece it so that these look more like those. These pieces of fabric are a little different, and that's what I want to do for these eventually. I did do the ends and then put little squares there. So that's what this turned out to be like, and I'll try to get a little further so I can show you the inside. So for the inside, I made it, I had a piece of scrapbook paper, and I thought that looked just really pretty with the colors on there. So I did do that for the inside. On the back side, I used the pattern paper. Yep, and so that's what this came out to look like, and I think I love this. Not the colors, but not my colors, but I love how it turned out. So that's the end of my video. And so I hope you enjoyed this little jaunt I took making all this stuff, all these with my inspiration of my quilt, of my blouse that I showed you in the beginning, and so here we go. Thanks for watching, and next thing you'll see me show are some masks that I finally got into and started on, and we'll continue making. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.